One of the original plans going into WrestleMania IV was for the $1 Million Man Ted Dibiase to win the tournament and become the undisputed WWF World Heavyweight Champion. When the Honky Tonk Man refused to drop the Intercontinental Championship to the Macho Man, Randy Savage would get the title instead. In this alternate booking, the Honky Tonk Man drops the belt to Savage in a double cross at the main event, the biggest TV wrestling program in history, and the twin referee incident occurs with Hulk Hogan losing the WWF Championship for the first time to Andre the Giant after a 4-year run. 32 seconds later, Andre hands over the belt to Ted Dibiase. Ted would hold onto the belt for a few weeks as the WWF would announce that a title can't change hands this way and it would be up for grabs at WrestleMania IV in a tournament. At WrestleMania IV, Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant have their match only for it to end with a double countout as Andre kept Hogan on the outside so that they can both be eliminated from the tournament. Andre says he planned this so that Ted can win. After beating Greg Valentine, Butch Reed, and the one-man gang, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat makes it into the finals only for Ted Dibiase, who had defeated Jim Duggan. Don Muraco would have a double DQ with Dino Bravo, would defeat Steamboat with the $1 Million Dream to become the new undisputed WWF World Heavyweight Champion. Andre had interfered and attacked Steamboat on the outside. While Hulk Hogan did try to help Steamboat, he was kicked out by the referee during the match. Hogan would shortly leave to film No Holds Barred. At house shows, Ted would face Ricky Steamboat and Jim Duggan. At Saturday night's main event on April 30th, Ted would retain the WWF title against Steamboat, marking Steamboat's final WWF TV appearance for 3 years. On Superstars, it's discovered that Ted paid off superstar Billy Graham at WrestleMania, who was Don "The Rock" Muraco's manager, to throw off the match, which is the reason why it ended up in a double DQ. Muraco fires Superstar as his manager and gets into a heated feud with Ted during an interview as he knocks him down and challenges him for the title at house shows. Besides Muraco, who was his primary opponent, Ted would defend the title against Bam Bam Bigelow, Sam Houston, and George the Animal Steele. During a vignette with Ted Dibiase, he enters a barbershop kicking out everyone and paying off the barber. Suddenly, the barber leaves and Brutus Beefcake appears from behind, who was about to ruin Ted's hair. Beefcake strikes Ted and kicks down Virgil. This starts a feud with Beefcake for the title. At WrestleFest 88 on July 31st, Ted successfully defends his title against Beefcake after interference by Andre the Giant. Hulk Hogan takes down the Giant during the match before their steel cage confrontation the same night. Since June, Hogan had been helping out Beefcake in his feud with Ted. This leads to SummerSlam 88 with Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake taking on WWF Champion Ted Dibiase and Andre the Giant. Hulk Hogan would pin Ted that same night for the win. Andre would no longer work for Ted Dibiase. On October 16th at a house show, Ted Dibiase wins the 1988 King of the Ring, last beating Randy Savage. Later that month, Ted makes a deal with Bobby Heenan to purchase Hercules' contract, which leads to Hercules turning face and feuding with Ted. Ted and Beefcake meet at the October 29th episode of Saturday night's main event, with Ted getting a clean win over him. At Survivor Series 88, the $1 Million Team is led by Ted, Akeem, Boss Man, King Haku, and Red Rooster taking on the Hulksters led by Hulk Hogan, Brutus Beefcake, Hercules, Coco Beware, and Hillbilly Jim. Dibiase's team wins when Hulk Hogan was eliminated by countout and Ted pinned Hercules to remain the last survivor. Despite the win, Hulk Hogan runs out to beat down on Ted. At the November 26th Saturday night's main event, Ted defeats Randy Savage by DQ after Savage used a ring bell to attack Ted. At the January 7th, 1989 Saturday night's main event, Ted retains the title against Tito Santana. At the Royal Rumble, Ted Dibiase and Big John Studd are the final two in the Rumble. It looked like Studd was going to throw out Ted, but he throws himself out to give Ted the win. Studd becomes Ted's new bodyguard alongside Virgil. At the main event on February 3rd, Hulk Hogan finally gets his title shot on live TV against Ted Dibiase, only for Dibiase to pull a countout win when Studd managed to hurt Hogan on the outside. This begins a run at house shows between Hogan and Stud, leading to Hulk Hogan versus Ted Dibiase at WrestleMania V. At the March 11th Saturday night's main event, Ted retains the title against the Red Rooster. At house shows, Ted would face Intercontinental Champion The Ultimate Warrior in title-for-title matches, though no titles would change hands. At WrestleMania V, this time in a steel cage match, Hulk Hogan finally defeats Ted Dibiase to become the two-time WWF Champion and ending Ted's one-year run as champion. What did you think of this run? Comment, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching In the Plot.